In this lesson, we'll create valve covers for our engine. And so the pieces that we're going to be building now are going to be these boxes up here. And so these are just, if we take a look at this and break it down, we've got a couple of kind of cubes or boxes here. We've got the caps on those. They're at an angle. We've got a kind of a cylinder intersecting them. Okay, and then we've got a cap on the other side that, let's see if I can find an image that we can see a little bit better. So we've got this cap right over here. Okay, going to be on the other side. So let's go ahead and create that. So we'll go ahead and go to the left view. Actually, go to the top view, and then we'll go to the left. So I'm going to go ahead and create a standard, just box primitive. Okay, something like that. Let's go ahead and dial down our segments. Something a little bit more reasonable. Okay. And that'll give us something like that. I'm going to go ahead and make that actually 3 all the way around. And I'm going to move this down and out of the way so we can see this. Okay, so now I know that I want to have a certain amount of hardness on these edges. So I'm going to go ahead and convert this to an editable poly. Okay, and then I'm going to take these vertices, go ahead and scale those out. This is just having the same effect as if we were to do connect on these. Okay, we'll also go ahead and go into the top view and do the same thing in this direction. Okay, so now when we smooth that, we'll get a little bit of hardness, but it'll get a nice round edge there too. Alright, so we also need to create our cap. Okay, so for our cap, let's go ahead and add another edge, maybe right about here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and this time we will use connect. Go ahead and slide it up. Okay, and then we can go ahead and chamfer that. Give it a small amount. Let's go ahead and add several segments. 4 segments. Okay, go ahead and take that center line and select the loop and then pull that in. Okay, so this is what we get when we go ahead and smooth that. Get something like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I think I don't really need the bottom of this. So I'm going to go ahead and select this. Now you'll notice I've selected everything that I've crossed over. If you want to change that, you can go ahead and choose this window crossing. Turn that on, and now if I drag across there, it's only going to select anything that's all the way inside of my marquee. Okay? So that helps me just select those bottom ones. Go ahead and turn that back off. Go ahead and take those bottom points and just pull them down a little bit. Okay, let's now go ahead and rotate this. So I'm going to go here and right click on the rotation, and I'm going to choose to rotate this, and let's go ahead and rotate this in a world reference coordinate system. And let's rotate this one, let's say minus 60 degrees. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. Okay, make a copy of that. And this one I'm going to take to 60 degrees. Okay, and then we can kind of space these out a little bit if we want to. Let's go ahead and create a cylinder to go in here. So I'll create this from the left view. Give it a little bit of thickness. And then we can go ahead and drop that in. Kind of right inside there. And again, should be kind of melding together with the different pieces that are kind of cast all together. So they're, you can see at the edges there will be kind of a lip where these are combined, and we're not getting that right now, but we will once we look at using the rounded corners that we have available to us with the architectural material. So that frees us up a little bit to come in and start to do some things a little bit quicker. Otherwise, it would take a long time to come in and make this all one piece. And a lot of these other pieces of the engine would take a little bit longer to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and now just convert this to an editable poly and take those edges. Go ahead and take that loop. I'm going to chamfer that with 2 segments. Get something like that. And then we'll do the same thing over here to give us that edge. Okay, we can maybe pull this out a bit. Okay, we also have the sort of kind of cylindrical cover over here on the side, on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and take this down to kind of something like that. We thin it out a little bit too, and then we'll just kind of extrude some, I don't know, kind of like wings off the side. So we'll go ahead and take 1, 2, 3, 4 polygons off of this side, and then the same number off of this side. Let's go ahead and now extrude those straight out. Okay, say okay to that, and then we can go ahead and scale those down. Okay. Back to our left-hand view here. And we can go ahead and scale those down. You might need to go in and select the actual points, scale them down a bit. Alright, now back in our perspective. Now when we smooth this, we still need to add a little bit of hardness over here. So we'll go ahead and take this ring and using Connect, should be getting used to this by now, or sick of it, one of the two. So let's go ahead and now tighten this edge up just by selecting that ring and moving it over. Okay, a lot of modeling you'll find, if you haven't done too much yet, you'll find that it's going to be a lot of repetition, a lot of pushing and pulling points, but something that just has to be done. So let's go ahead and choose the ring and then back there. And now if we smooth this, we should get something that's looks okay. Alright, so now we can take both of these and let's go ahead and smooth them. Okay, you can also add smooth nodes to this as well. Alright, and let's go ahead and just kind of group these together. I want to also take a copy of this and move it over to this side. Okay, make this a little bit thinner over here. And so I want to take both of these, all of these actually, group those together, and we'll call this valve. Okay, let's go ahead and move these up and into position. Obviously they need to be scaled down a bit. So the first one can come up here, so we'll go ahead and kind of fit that into position here, right behind here. Go ahead and move that right in. Okay, we can kind of turn this and scale it a bit till we get it in position there. And then we can go ahead and just clone this and bring it down. And then we'll just drop this into position right behind this guy, and we'll need to rotate it. Okay, so it ends up being looking something like that. Let's go ahead and match it up from the left-hand view. And we can go ahead and scale it down a little bit. Okay, just kind of drop it into the right spot. So it ends up being something like that. Okay, and then we've got that line over there, that piece over there. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit more of the engine. In the next lesson, let's go ahead and continue on by working on some of the pieces over on this side of the bike and of the engine. So we'll go ahead and do that next.